Hi, today's dish doesn't need a lot of introduction. Today we're making Alcapurrias. Hello, my name is Shabrska.
Hi, my name is Sandra and I am Sumai.
In this kitchen, the secret ingredient is love. All the ingredients that we're gonna use in the recipe today are gonna be in the description box. If I have any uncommon ingredient or any uncommon tool or equipment, I'm gonna leave it on the description box below also. Let's start with this recipe.
Let's start by cleaning our yucca. Yucca is a root vegetable, and in the middle of the yucca there is a vein. Even though when you cook it, it doesn't get tender, so you have to take it out. And then you're gonna cut it in small pieces so we can make our dough or batter, however you want to call it. You can use a food processor or you can use a blender, but we have this machine and it has a grinding attachment, and that's how we make our dough. These are the ingredients that you need to season your dough. Sorry about that. So you're gonna use carnation milk, your yuca dough, sazon, adobo, black pepper, achiote oil, salt, garlic, onion powder, and oregano. And I add sofrito to it too to give it an extra kick. Now we're gonna start adding our ingredients. You're gonna get your hands dirty now. I'm adding the evaporate milk and all the seasonings to it. If you notice there's a little bit of red on the right, is that I add a little bit of achiote because this one was a lot of masa to make sure that I have more even flavors and it was more easy to mix in. It's more easy to add everything at the beginning because if you add little by little and then you mix, it's gonna take you forever to mix all the ingredients together. Alcapurrias were created by the slaves. The Spaniards used to give a little bit of root vegetables to the slaves for them to eat. So they will grind it and stuff it with whatever protein they had at hand, and then they will deep fry it. That's how we end up having this amazing dish in our culture. So I added a little bit more of achiote oil because it needs to be a little bit more jello. That's what gives it the color that we know. There I added the sofrito, so it adds more flavor and more depth. Remember, we're trying to create different layers of flavor to make the dish stand out a little bit more. More achiote oil, I still wasn't pleased about the color. After that one I was pleased, so I just mixed it really nicely and I just set it aside so I could do my meats. Now we're gonna see the ingredients of the ground beef that we're gonna use. It's really important that you use ground beef that has fat in it. Don't try to use one with higher percentage of beef against fat because it's not gonna work. And you're gonna use salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, cumin, and adobo, sazon, and sofrito to cook this meat. And oh, you're gonna use tomato sauce. I almost forgot about it. Try to use a good quality tomato sauce. It makes a difference. I always use the same brand. I don't like to advertisement, but I use Goya. That's my favorite brand. It's an advertisement. So now I'm putting to cook my ground beef. I added salt. I'm not gonna add my seasonings until the cooks. Until the beef cooks. Once it completely cooked, I'm gonna add my fresh sofrito, my seasoning, the frozen sofrito that I have in my freezer, and then we're gonna mix that really good. Then we're gonna add our tomato sauce and stir that in. And at last, that I forgot to mention at the beginning, we're gonna add some olives. Sazon there to give it color. And that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna start doing our bacalao or our salted cuts too. I caramelize some onions because salted cut, like the name implies, is really salty. So that caramelized onions, the sweetness is gonna balance it out. I add my sofrito. And more of my frozen sofrito. I have other ingredients of my frozen sofrito, and that's what I keep it there. Is ingredients that I don't find all season long or all year long. So that's what I make a big batch of frozen once I find it. Now we're gonna add our tomato sauce. We're gonna start adding that base of the stew. In this one, you're gonna be really gentle about the seasonings because salted cut, I boil it, but I leave a little bit of the salt in it. So if you add too many seasonings to it, your salted cut stew is gonna be way too salty. So be really gentle about how much seasoning you add. Once our sauce is a little bit thick, we're gonna add the salted cut. When I was doing this batch, I noticed that it was a little bit too dry for what I was intending. So mommy and I decided to add more tomato sauce. So I opened one of my tomato dice cans and I blended, and that's where you're gonna see me here adding to the salted cut. You're gonna cook this one down until it changes color and it doesn't look that opaque. I also add a little bit of pimiento morrón or pimentón, which is roasted red peppers. So once it cooks for a little bit, it's gonna turn like bright red instead of that little opaque red that you're seeing right now. You see the color there? It's more red. A little more seasoning. So if you notice, I'm building those layers to make sure that I don't over salt it. Now this is how you assemble it. You can do it on your hand, you can use a spoon, but I decided to use the offset spatula. So you're just gonna spread it on your hand and the leaf, and you're gonna add, in this occasion was chicken, but you're gonna close it gently. And if you have a little piece that you can see the beef, you can add a little bit of more dough or masa into it, and then you're gonna like massage it with the leaf so you can shape it. And I put it on the paper so I can sell it off. Beautiful. Now to fry it, make sure that your pan has enough oil to cover the alcapurrias, otherwise they're gonna break apart. And you're gonna fry them until they're golden brown, and turn them around once you see that they're almost ready so they have an even color. And that's how they look once you fry them. Look how beautiful that color it is. And that's how the finished dish looks. Beautiful, right?
Mommy, are you ready to grate me?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's start with the ground beef first, the original ones.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like all the flavors, but this one takes me back home.
This tastes really good.
It takes me back to piñones. To you too? Alright. Let's try the ones that are made with codfish. Are you still? I'm sorry. I'm rushing
No way.
you.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Cheers. Cheers, Wepa.
So good.
Delicious.
Try this recipe out. With the frozen cassava or yucca, it's so much easier to make. You don't have to peel it. It's more easy to clean. So good. Don't be scared of trying this recipe out. So family, thank you for watching today's video. If you have any question or any concern, don't hesitate to leave me on the comment section. I'm here for you guys. We're gonna tackle this recipe together. See you later. Thank you for watching.
See you soon. Bye.